I love roasted vegetables. I've been enjoying them all winter long, but now that the warmer weather is coming and it's spring, we're thinking about ways to lighten up our cooking so that we feel better in the springtime. So one way to do that, if you still want to have roasted vegetables, I'm going to show you a way that you can incorporate roasted carrots along with some Brussels sprouts and a little bit of a different texture in the form of green beans and a nice refreshing dressing. I'm going to combine a balsamic glaze along with some lemon juice and olive oil, and you're just going to love this dish. And it's very popular at any gatherings or parties you might be hosting. Here are the ingredients we're going to use for our lemon roasted vegetables with the balsamic glaze and fresh rosemary. I have some celery root. This might look like a very foreign kind of strange looking vegetable. If you've never used it, don't be intimidated. We're going to chop it up and you'll see how easy and delicious it is to use in this dish. Rosemary gives that distinct spring flavor to your dishes for your holidays. Avocado oil is a nice high heat roasting oil, and this happens to be organic. Love this glaze. Gone are the days where you have to make your own balsamic glaze from scratch, cooking away for a long time your balsamic vinegar. Instead, you can buy it pre-made. This glaze really is lovely. Gotta love mushrooms. That really says spring too, so we're going to be adding those to this dish for a really nice texture and flavor. I know you either love or hate Brussels sprouts. Hopefully you love them. If you don't, you can leave them out of this recipe, and if you do, you're in for a treat adding them to this dish. We're adding lemon as well. I just can't get enough lemon in the springtime. Green beans are always a hit, so we're going to be adding them for some nice color and flavor, and they actually are very high in vitamin C. Carrots always add a nice sweet flavor, so they're going to really pair nicely with the contrasting flavor of the mushrooms and the green beans. So now I'm going to prepare my roasted vegetables. I'm going to thinly slice the carrots so they have the same roasting time as the other vegetables, which are a little bit less dense than a carrot. I'm just going to slice these on a diagonal. For our mushrooms, we're just going to take a little bit off the stem on the bottom and then cut those in quarters. This is roughly an 8-ounce package of Baby Bella mushrooms. Then we're going to take our avocado oil and just add a generous drizzle. If you're doing an oil-free diet for some reason, you can roast your vegetables without this. You can add a little vinegar instead. And we are going to be adding vinegar, but we're adding ours at the end. So I'd say that was 1 or 2 tablespoons of oil, our teaspoon of salt, and then I'm going to also add a little bit of onion powder to add nice flavor. You can add lemon zest if you like. I'm going to add some of the fresh lemon juice. I like to add some for the roasting and then some I add later after they roast because the flavor flattens a little bit. So for now, we'll just go ahead and mix in roughly 1 teaspoon. This is the juice of 1 whole lemon. I'm adding 1 teaspoon. And we'll add our other teaspoon after they've roasted, just to add a little pop of freshness. I'm going to sprinkle these evenly with about a teaspoon of onion powder. Or you could add garlic powder. Give them one more mix with my hands, and then we're going to pop these in the oven and roast them at 350, or you could even increase it to 400, but I'm going to go with 350 for about 25 minutes until everything's nice and lightly browned and tender. So after 25 or 30 minutes, here are our beautifully roasted vegetables, and we're going to add to that our celery root. Full transparency, I forgot to mention the celery root earlier, so what I did is I cut it in half and I peeled off all this thick outer skin. So I don't even use a vegetable peeler, I use my knife to just get that thick layer of tough skin off. And then I cut this into cubes and I chopped it up and roasted it with some olive oil, sea salt, and our onion powder. Same thing, exactly how I did the other vegetables, for 25 minutes at 350. So now I'm going to combine them together. And this is where I'm going to add a little extra lemon juice. Arrange on a serving platter. And this is where you want to use your balsamic glaze. You can just give them a nice, generous drizzle. Drizzle your roasted vegetables evenly with a nice amount of your balsamic glaze, at least a teaspoon or so, and then toss them together with the glaze. And arrange them on your favorite serving platter, and voila!